Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. Today we're going to be discussing how to make money from home with no money. And I know it sounds clickbaity, I promise you it's not. The normal idea goes that you need to have money to be able to make money. That is, while it's true, it's not always necessarily the actual complete truth. There are tons of things that you can do right now at home. I think this is also a very interesting topic for the current situation that we are going through around the world, where people may have lost their jobs. I am a very big advocate of not only having less dependence on an employer, but also starting your own business, doing something at home, because realistically, should this continue to go on for a couple more months, no one knows the exact time frame, or let's say, heaven forbid, in 3, 5, 7 years, something like this ends up happening again, you will either have a business established or you will have something else that you can kind of fall back on that you'll know how to do because of videos kind of like this. The point is, so that's the topic for today's video. To start, rather, the first thing is, and I recommend this as well, is to sell excess stuff at home. I've mentioned before in previous videos, this happens to a lot of people. We sometimes, usually, a lot of us, have things around the house that we don't need, should have gotten rid of a long time ago. And it's not only does it usually clutter up the house, but it also is a really good way to make money, because you, at the end of it, should learn the life lesson that you have been buying things that you don't need. I saw a couple of people in another comments for another video talking about that as well, saying that they realize that a lot of self-reflecting goes on when you're inside the house all the time. When you start walking by stuff about 15 times, you go, I never used that, and you realize you shouldn't have bought it in the first place. So start selling stuff around your house. This is, of course, one of the easiest ways to start making money from home without any money. This also blends into you starting your own business, which is the second thing on the list, is creating an online business. A lot of people forget that we live technically in the future. A lot of these things are completely free. You can start selling on eBay, on Amazon, on Etsy, and many other platforms completely for free. While when you sell something, eBay, Amazon, Etsy, they will take a commission. You putting your stuff on there is completely free. You also advertising for free on Instagram is also completely free. A lot of people forget that you can advertise on all of these platforms, and even, I guess, more so as well on Facebook, what have you, completely for free. On Twitter as well, depending on what kind of business that you also have. So when years ago I started and I was selling comic books in mass, I was selling on eBay. Listings were free. I think for like the first 50 or 100 listings, I don't remember the exact number of listings that they actually have that are actually free, but I was advertising everything that I was selling on Instagram. Every single thing I was putting onto eBay, take a photo of it, the photos that I had taken for eBay, and put them onto Instagram. And eventually the comments start rolling in. People say, how much is this? Where can I find this? And you link them to your eBay. They start buying from it. And eventually some of the people became regular customers. I would wholeheartedly tell you right now, if you are in the current position where you find yourself with extra time to start an online business, you can do this right now. I was gonna recommend you, like, the word isn't take courses. Like, you'll find stuff online where people are like, I can teach you how to be a master eBay seller. You don't need any of that, because a lot of them end up charging you like $150 for something you can find completely free on YouTube. Don't forget, use the internet as a resource. Everything that's out there is free. Any type of information that you need for anything is already out there for free in some part of the interwebs. You just have to go and find it, and you don't have to spend any extra money. That's how the internet works. The third part. But yes, this was actually a very good one. With a lot of the stuff that's going on, and even after all of this goes on, I actually got this idea from a friend because she started doing it. You should start, if you are knowledgeable enough on social media, whether that be posting, TikToking, making Instagram stories, or doing ads or setting up pages on Facebook. Contact local stores, businesses, anything around you, and ask them if they want someone to do their social media for them. Now, I know that sounds completely insane, The reason I say I got this from my friend is because a while ago, about 2 years ago, she was looking for like an actual job. And for some reason, she couldn't find one. She was, I forgot what her specific eating style thing, lifestyle choice was. But she started going to restaurants that had that, maybe it was gluten-free, I don't remember. She was going around to them and she was contacting them, emailing them, also Instagramming them. Because she realized a lot of them had terrible Instagram pages, and she was like, hey, can I do this for you? And it was really weird as well, because not only was she able to do their social media platform for them, she was getting paid. I think it was maybe 100 or 150 a week per actual company, because it's very valuable for them. If you can, what she had to do for at least one of the places I went with her one time, it was a restaurant. Most of them were restaurants. And she went inside, she had to talk with the chefs. They had prepared a bunch of things on the side. And she took photos of all the things, about 7 to 15, whatever amount of photos. And then they actually offered us the food that they had left over. They were like, yeah, this was just for photos. You can all actually have it. So not only was she getting free food out of it, she was getting paid. And this eventually became her job, because she had about 3 or 4 different businesses where she would help around the city. And she's getting a good 1,500 to 2,000 per month doing this. It's just something that a lot of people don't think about. I think it's something also... You've seen maybe the situations before where you've gone to look for the website of a store, business you're looking for. They don't have a Facebook. They don't have a website. And if they do have an Instagram, it's like a terrible photo of someone's like left foot or something like that. So yeah, I mean, there's not really much more to say beyond that point. Start contacting local businesses around you to see if they need someone to help them with their social media pages. You'd be shocked how many people actually need this. A lot of people who end up owning the businesses, first of all, after doing a business for the entire day, the last thing you wanted to be like, oh, I'm going to Instagram right now. So they always usually, first of all, they usually have someone already on their staff doing these things. But a lot of times, a lot of the, I don't want to say older, but people who are typically not on social media, won't know how to navigate social media, and therefore this is a very good opportunity for you to start making some extra cash on the side from home. Like, you just take out your phone. She showed me one time, like on Instagram, like the 4th little button, and like if you go to the top, you can switch between accounts. She was just clicking between all of them, posting the photos that she had taken from their restaurants with the free food that she had gotten, and then she'd be like, okay, we can go outside now. And that was her job. It was just a photo a day with the caption and hashtags, because a lot of people also don't know how to use hashtags. That's also a thing. The 4th thing is to become an affiliate marketer. If you have a vlog, if you have a blog, if you have a blog, if you have an Instagram, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have anything that is pretty much online where you can copy and paste a link for someone else, you end up getting a commission. Pretty much you help other people sell their products without you actively having to sell them yourself. You pretty much just put the link, like if you looked at my description before, I have an affiliate link. And that is basically, I am selling stuff for Amazon. I don't know how to really say that. And when things get sold from people clicking on that link, I get a tiny portion of what the actual cost of the thing was. But I'm not selling them myself. Like, there's never an actual moment where I'm selling them. And I thought it was, I'll be honest with you, I thought affiliate marketing was kind of weird before. I had a lot of people who told me that I should get into affiliate marketing. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure, cool. It's okay. It's not terrible. I'm not making like $1 bajillion from it every single month, but it does pay off, especially because it's kind of like this link between people. So if you find yourself in a position where you know someone who has a business and someone who's selling something on Amazon, and you have a relatively popular and or well-known social media page and or vlog or blog or YouTube or Twitch or whatever the actual case might be, and you can put a link from what they're selling into your actual thing, as people start clicking and things get sold, you also receive a commission as well. This is a great way, once again, because I do recommend, and I have recommended before, starting an online business is something from home. Something where you are comfortable, able to do so, and you're also in no way reliant on an actual boss who's telling you to be somewhere between 9 to 5. This is just kind of how I look at things. The next thing on this is, I would also recommend this as well, and I'll get into why. Creating ebooks on Amazon. We are moving further and further into a world where everything is becoming digital. I can't even give you a list. I was going to say card games. There's just, you know how the world works. You all have a tablet. You all have a mobile phone in some sort of way. You're always on the internet. You're watching this on the internet right now. Ebooks have become incredibly popular. I mentioned before in my other channel, but like years and years and years ago, one of the reasons why I got into selling stuff on eBay and Amazon was because it was known back then and still now that as the years go on, there are billions of people on the planet who don't have access to the internet. As these people eventually do get access to the internet and also therefore their prospects of earning money increase, they're going to be looking for stuff to buy the same as other middle class people around the world. And the odds that they'll end up hitting your website or your place of buying things that you have made, very, very high. I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but I've also seen over the last 2 years, a lot of things that I've been selling online have also been increasing in numbers. The frequency of people also buying has also shot up greatly as well. I don't know if that's because maybe a couple 100 million people also got access to the internet, but whatever the actual case might be, I would recommend selling ebooks because I have myself personally sold ebooks. And I'll be honest with you, I won't tell you which ones or how I do it explicitly because that would give away my secret sauce. But it is quite lucrative. There are many different ways to do it. It is an interesting form of passive income because you kind of work once and then it's just there forever. As long as Amazon is online, my ebooks will also be online forever and ever. Same with a lot of other digital things that you can also sell. We also spoke about this before as far as like if you are able to draw, if you are able to sew and you can make some type of a graphic image type beautiful item icon thing for other people. There are tons of people who are willing to buy these things. And you can also, once again, do this directly from home. Especially if you have some type of a talent, dig further into how you can actually make that talent work. And it may be the weirdest talent in the entire world. It ranges anywhere from you to be able to monetize it by digitizing it and selling it, drawing something or whatever, or you having a really interesting talent and being able to make a YouTube channel. There's really no limit anymore to what you're actually able to do this year or any further subsequent year that we have after this, because everything can be put onto the internet in some sort of way and you can find a way to monetize it and also make money from home. One thing that I keep seeing, why did I make that face? As far as for the ebooks as well, the really easy part is that there are tons of free websites where you're actually able to promote your book. And actually, Amazon has this thing where after you create an ebook, I think a 2 to 3 day period, you can take the link from your book and give it to a website. And those free websites actually will advertise the book for you on their website. And then you'll start getting traffic to your actual Amazon page, also for free as well. Just a matter of finding the actual free book website kind of things. It takes a while. You'll compile a list where you give them your ebooks that have come out, and then you'll start. It's a process, but you'll be able to do it. I promise you. I've been doing it for about a good 1.5 2 years. Pretty okay. I can't complain. Another thing that I keep seeing advertised a lot of places as something for you to do at home are surveys. And another one is like swag bucks. I would not recommend these. I tried doing surveys 2012, 2013, somewhere around that time frame. What happens is you sign up for these websites and they give you all this, you will receive our surveys and you can become part of this and you'll make tons of money. You end up getting these really annoying websites that have you click through about 1,000 different things, and at the end of it, you get about $2 for doing a survey, which in a survey takes you anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. So if you're happy making like $4 an hour, start doing surveys. These are also destructively saturated at this point. Listen, if you do them diligently enough and you are happy with wasting hours of your life, you can make a good $10 to $25 per month. Not per hour, not per day, not per week, legit per month. I thought I had gotten rid of all of them, but I still end up getting emails from some of these companies. And the problem is that when one of them pops up every 6-7 months, I'm like, That means for 6 to 7 months, you never planned on contacting me at all. And when I do get it, it's like, you can make $3 from a survey. Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you for the $3. So don't do surveys. No, just avoid them. Another way to work from home, I knew a couple of people who did this. There's two ways. I'm going to try and remember the second way. The first way is to become a website tester. I also tried this years ago. It wasn't my thing. A lot of people like it. You basically go through websites finding to see if they're broken. You click on links. Does it open what it's supposed to open? You click on this. You imagine going through a website and you see all the buttons. Now imagine clicking through the entirety of that website trying to see if stuff are broken. It takes a while. And after you've done all the clicking, or even sometimes during, you'll have like a survey to fill out on the side. So you're clicking through the website and you have to fill out, this doesn't work. I tried clicking on this at so-and-so time and blah, 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 blah. You have to be not detailed, but they want, what did you click on? Why didn't it work? Where was it supposed to go to? When you went to this page, did it look okay? A lot of people create websites for like really big corporations, but it might be ugly. So they want to know, like, does this actually look like something? Like I said, it's a job. I think they pay relatively well. I think there are also like ranking systems on some of these things. As far as like if you helped them many other times in the past and you'll start getting more and more websites. It's a way to make money. It's not for me personally, but if you don't mind checking out websites and seeing what they're going to look like or how they're supposed to look like, or checking to see if they work or not, by all means, this is another way to make money from home. I can't give you any specific ones. I think there are tons of them because, there's not just one website. So there are tons of places who offer stuff like this. So you are more than likely to find a couple of them that are available for you out there. Yes, another really good one. I mentioned this, I don't know, sometime, is to become an online teacher. A lot of people think, and I understand the trepidation in the situation. This is actually in very high demand. There are many parents in many countries around the world who want to teach their kids English. And this is typically anywhere from around the age of 8 to lower. You'll be dealing with these kinds of kids, not like a 0-year-old child, but kids who can actually talk and speak and stuff like that, like very barely write and stuff like that. Usually, no. They want their kids to learn English from a very young age. And especially a lot of times as we have gotten more into this current world situation, people want their kids to learn from home as opposed to actually doing it in person. I have a friend, I mentioned this before, I must have, who does this. She teaches kids in China. She's in the States, and it's more so about she has to, I think the waking up time isn't even that different for her. I think she's already awake around this time when she should be awake for the actual lessons for the child in China, and it pays her bills. I think she also has like 3 or 4 kids. Sorry if you're, why did I say sorry? If she's watching, hello. The point is she uses this as another source of income, and it completely works out for her. She did not go to university for English, and a lot of other people also haven't as well. It's just they want their kids to be able to speak in English. If you can speak in English relatively with no accent, or an American accent and or a British accent, what have you, huge demand for it. As well, don't be discouraged, because there's also a huge amount of demand for parents who want their kids to also know Spanish and German and Mandarin and French and any other language that's out there as well. So especially if you are multilingual, this is probably something you should be looking into. She has multiple kids, like I said. And a lot of times if the kids are home, like they currently are right now, she's still able to work from home. Like there's no real restrictions for her. Like she just goes into a room, turns on the computer, puts on the headset, and kind of just goes from there. When it comes to doing this, I tried doing this as well. I think it's better that I teach people this way as opposed to directly talking to them through a headset, because they test to see how good you are in stressful situations. You have to understand, if you're going to be dealing with a child, you can't scream at them, you can't get angry with them, because they're also new to the world and they're also trying to learn. If you find that you have patience and you can speak a language, any language, this is probably the job for you. And the demand for this is not going to decrease anytime soon. As long as people keep having babies and they want them to know more than their mother tongue, this is definitely a job that you can do from home, without a doubt. Another thing I would semi-recommend, I don't know if you've heard of the website called Fiverr, Fiverr, or any similar site. It's pretty much where you do small jobs, usually online, 99% of the time online, and you make $5. That's why it's called Fiverr. If English is not your first language, sometimes you'll say, like, do you have a Fiverr? You have a £5 note? Do you have a $5 bill? Fiverr is interesting because people are looking for some really weird stuff. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't want to check my emails. Check my emails for me. And you pretty much check that person's email and tell them, you got a bill, you got a so-and-so, your child. I'm not joking either. Like, Fiverr is a very weird place. It's not illegal, like, it's not sketchy, but it's just people are asking you to, like, write me a book, give me some recipes. I have a dissertation due, do this for me. The interesting thing about Fiverr is that things start around $5, but the more difficult something becomes, the higher the price is. So a lot of times you'll see people say, I don't want to do my homework. I'll give you $25 if you do my homework. And if you're able to do their homework, then you end up getting the money for it. In the very beginning, you will not be making the big bucks, simply because I have friends who also use Fiverr. And they tell me that in the very beginning, what you'll want to do is kind of pick up anything that you're good at for around $5, $6, $7, $8, whatever. Takes you around 30, 40 minutes to do it. It's still less than an hour. There are tons of people who will give you an automatic 5 stars just to kind of get you on your way. They have very simple tasks that they simply don't want to do. There are a lot of repetitive tasks or things in general that people just simply don't want to do themselves, and they're more than willing to pay somebody else to do it for them. So if you find yourself in a situation where you can write, you can sing, you can edit, you can draw, you can do anything, check out Fiverr, because it is quite an interesting place. It's like, is it called the gig economy? The job economy? It's something where pretty much if you can do something and someone else needs you to do it and you can do it, you get money for it. And the more you actually use it and the better you are and the higher your score and ranking are and other people love what you do, you can start charging more. I've seen people charge like $225 an hour for stuff like that. There was one time I was looking for something and it was like, somebody was like, oh gosh, it was like, I think $250 for them to write like 10 pages of a book. I don't remember, it was just something completely odd, but they had tons of other people who were like 5 stars. I needed these 10 pages and I was like, get it. Like, I mean, any way you can make the money, definitely go for it. The second to last one is called Amazon Mechanical Turk. I signed up for this in the very beginning. It's very popular. I have the notes here as well. Pretty much you take items or tasks that would normally take days to do with one person, and you divide them up to multiple people. So you can be checking out a website, you can look for spelling errors, you can see if a website is made for a certain age group, you can see if the website has anything negative on it, not age appropriate for what they're trying to get to, in any possible way. Because there are some websites that are massive, and it's not only just websites that has things to do with things that are online. If people need something done that would normally take a normal person 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks, they'll simply hire 100 people and allocate, you do this part, you do this part, you do this part, you do this part. It's called Amazon Mechanical Turk, Turk, 3 separate words. Look into it. Amazon has a lot of really interesting, weird ways for people to make money. It's also kind of weird to realize at some point that you probably work for Amazon without actually having to like go to work or be in a physical location for Amazon. Yeah, if you have, a lot of these deal with patience. If you have patience in some sort of way, there are 1,000,001 ways for you to make money from home that aren't difficult at all. I would look into the Mechanical Turk thing. And the last one is to create an online course. I got this idea from a friend who lives in Spain, who used to live in California. He is if I'm not mistaken, a graphical designer. He makes stuff online. It's beautiful. He used to work for American Airlines, I think, and making their ads and stuff like that. And pretty much he realized that there's a huge market for other things, advertising and stuff online, building up social media platforms. And he creates online courses for how to do this. He's already very successful in that. And the actual courses themselves, people buy them quite often. You wouldn't think that people buy online courses, but I promise you, people are definitely into online courses. And he kind of makes them, records them once, edits them, puts them all together, puts it onto the internet, and people pay him however much per month to get access to these actual things. And the more courses you can make for other people, kind of the same exact way. You've seen these before. And I don't want to use the word skeptical, but I was skeptical that people were actually buying these. People buy online courses quite a bit. If you happen to have, and this is where, sometimes we think that we can't do things. I don't know if it's because we don't believe in ourselves, as cheesy as that might sound, but everyone has something about them that they can do, something out there that actually is very valuable to other people. And if you can put it online and monetize it in some sort of way and pretty much receive passive income and or money for the rest of your life from it, why would you not do that? I think I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ways. 11 ways for you to make money from home with no money. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing about a good 35 other ways as well that I just can't even think of off the top of my head. I'll be honest with you, there's really no reason for you not to be doing something like this. Any of the things I mentioned or any of the other things I mentioned on the channel, it is important that you not only save money, invest money, but also I think learn how to make an online business. If things continue the way that they are, and I don't mean because of the current situation for the last couple of months, I mean just the general trend. You've seen like malls and stuff also closing down. Like malls are not a big thing anymore around the world. Stores are closing down. Other places are closing down as well because people are choosing to buy things online and absorb online content. So if you can create online content or create an online product that people will continue buying, like imagine the idea, think of how different the world is right now. 100 years ago, if you had written a book or created a book and you put it online, there was no online. When you made a book, you had to find a way to print that book thousands of times and put it into different stores around the entire country, state, city, province, wherever you're living. In the future, you can create it. You can create a digital cover and you can put it online, and literally billions of people can buy that one product with no extra cost to you. Which literally means if you are in essence able, random number, to create 1,000 books over the course of a 10-year period, random number. When you're 95 years old, you would still be receiving dividends from that actual thing that you had created years and years ago. And essentially also, I wonder if that carries on to your kids. We're not talking about like legacy things, but you understand what I'm saying? Do stuff online, create things online, put out content online. It is worthwhile, I promise you. And also just the passive form of income is indescribable, as it were. I do hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are. I'm hurting my legs. I'm like, wherever you are, wherever you might be, I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, maybe. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.